Friends, to write code is not difficult, but to write correct code is difficult. And the difference between good Java programmers and bad Java programmers is the syntax and logical errors. If we have written thousands of lines, but those lines have logical bugs, then that program or that software is useless. So we have to write correct code, and we should be careful while writing code. We can do this by analyzing our code and by understanding the structure of code. So today we will learn about few common errors that programmers do while writing code, and we will learn that how we can understand and how we can avoid those errors. Here in front of us is the for loop, nested for loop, and it is from our previous lectures, and it is printing outer for loop, and in outer for loop we are printing inner for loop 10 times. But if we don't have these curly braces for outer for loop, now let's see what will happen. We will compile it, but it has been compiled successfully. It means it's not syntax error but rather a logical error, and it is a bad thing that we will not get any hint, but our program will not produce the required output. Now when we run it, then here you can see we are successful in running our program, but output is not as we were expecting. Why? Because we were expecting that we will print inner for loop 10 times, but here you can see we have printed inner for loop only once. Why it is so? If we don't put curly braces, then for loop will consider only next statement inside that for loop. And here what is happening? It is considering this as a part of for loop, and it is printing this I 10 times. Then we are exiting from this this for loop, and then we are printing another for loop. So you should be careful while writing the for loop, and always try to put curly braces and put the code inside those curly braces for the for loop.